How you guys doing? It's your boy Rich with our special guest, David Moadel. How you doing today, David?
Good, sir. It's a good Monday morning. I'm excited. I'm excited about the stock market, but I'm even more excited about the cryptos. Man, Rich TV Live is getting me excited about those cryptos. You know, I used to be a skeptic. I used to be the kind of guy, well, hey, I still am the kind of guy that questions everything. I'm wondering, is this legit? Is this for real? But, you know, Rich TV has been streaming live about cryptos every single day, multiple times a day, giving the education for free. You know, any haters out there, listen, he's giving free education. What are you complaining about? All right. So I've got lots of questions, and I know Rich TV has lots of answers. Also want to give a few shout outs real quick. Wendy, my girlfriend, I love you, babe. Had to say it. Also, Crypto Trading Pro, Roger Bickley. Hit me up, man. I want to interview you. I want to get you on my channel, too. Also, a whole bunch of other people. Crypto Hustler. Yo, I like your channel, man. I want to see more content from you, and you're an awesome moderator, and too many people to name. So, Rich, I'm going to leave it to you now.
That's awesome. Well, it's a long weekend here in Canada, and I got a chance to spend the weekend, watching some fireworks, which was pretty cool. But even more importantly today, even though it's a holiday in Canada, it's definitely not a holiday for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because Bitcoin today has its own fireworks, breaking all-time highs today, hitting a high of over 3,400, I believe, which is absolutely incredible. I believe they found a floor right now at $3,338. I believe that's the price they were at last time I looked. What do you think about that, David?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm looking right now. Yeah, if you want to be exact, 33, 35, and 22 cents. I was becoming accustomed to 2,500, 2,700, 2,800. I was getting used to those numbers, and I thought, oh, Bitcoin is comfortable in the high 2,000s. I was just getting used to that, and then this hard fork happened, and now I'm getting used to the low 3,000s, or actually more like mid 3,000s. What's going on? I was going to ask you, but I'll give my theory first. I think it's two words that we use a lot in the stock market world: relief rally. Relief rally. Everybody was expecting a huge apocalyptic event with this hard fork. And remember last week I told people and you told people, hey, if there's volatility, if there's a dip, then there's the relief afterward when people realize, oh, wait a minute, no, the world isn't ending. Okay, this hard fork will work itself out. We're not going to lose all our cryptos, all right? So I remember we mentioned last week, get in there.
Oh, we may be having some technical difficulties. Oh, we lost David. Don't worry, we'll get him back, people. We'll get him back. Hi, David.
Uh-oh.
Hi, David.
I lost power there.
That's okay. We're back. We're back.
I'm back. Okay. So I don't know how much they were able to hear from me, but I think it was a relief rally. We mentioned last week, you mentioned it, and I mentioned it, that, whenever there's fear of any kind of massive event coming up, there's going to be volatility. And we advised people that if there is volatility, there's going to be a relief rally afterward, most likely. People will realize that, hey, the world is not ending. It's going to be okay. They're not going to lose all their cryptocurrencies. And if there was going to be volatility, to buy the dip. I hope people listened to you and to me and bought the dip, okay? Because now they would be doing quite well. So that's my opinion on it. That's my theory. Relief rally is what's going on, and I hope people took advantage of it. And this relief rally happened in Bitcoin Cash first, when on that very day it went up, 30%, something like that, okay? It's, Bitcoin itself took a little bit while longer to have its relief rally, not too much longer, talking about a couple days. So I hope people listen to us. I hope people bought into the volatility instead of freaking out, okay? It's like you always say, Rich, buy in the red, sell in the green. Were people listening? I hope so. I think it's a relief rally. What do you think might have caused all this crazy run up recently?
Honestly, I was watching your show, David, and you
You
had
were.
you had that guy on your show, um, that the guy that was saying that Bitcoin's going to the moon in August.
Yeah.
What's his name? He was the gentleman, Paulie something.
Bo Polney.
Yes,
Bo
it
Polney.
was him.
Yeah.
It was him. He's the
Yeah,
one that made me think Bitcoin's going to go to the moon in August. He called it. He called it.
yeah,
And I looked at it and I thought about it, and I remember him saying it goes down, then it just shoots back up, then it goes down, then it shoots
yeah.
back up. And I remember
Right.
looking at it and thinking, everybody's afraid of this fork, but after this fork, this thing's going to explode.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like you said, it was a relief rally because people didn't know what to expect. It was like Armageddon for Bitcoin. I went live and I had more views than I've ever had in my entire life. Everybody was getting more views than they've ever had their entire life because it was the unknown.
It was crazy.
And what
I
happened?
saw you with over 300 people watching at once on,
That's right.
on Rich TV Live. That video didn't it get like 3,000 views altogether or 5,000? What was it? I don't even remember. Crazy number.
Yeah, it's at over 5,000 now, and it's because of the fact that it was a trending topic that everybody wanted to know about on that specific day. So here we are, almost a week later, and everybody's comfortable again. Everybody feels good about Bitcoin again. Everybody trusts Bitcoin again. And I've said this many times on my show. People like to call me a noob because I've been into cryptocurrencies for only a little over 2 months. But the reality is, I said it and I told everybody from the beginning, Bitcoin is the mothership. It is the coin that all the other coins are measured against.
Right.
It is 47% of the market capitalization of the entire cryptocurrency world, which currently today is at $117 billion. So since there's a $117 billion market cap and Bitcoin is valued at 47% of that market cap, that gives it the title of the mothership.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's simple math, right? It's simple numbers. And I just felt like it was too big to fail. I felt like Bitcoin Cash will be a success. I don't know if it will ever rival Bitcoin. Only time will tell because it is faster than Bitcoin. 8 times faster than Bitcoin. So you never know in the future what the future holds with Bitcoin Cash, but there's a lot of other coins that I'm really looking at too. I mean, yeah, I'm very excited about Bitcoin. I'm mining Bitcoin every single day through Genesis. But there's other coins that I'm really excited about too. I mean, Bitconnect. I don't know if you've looked at Bitconnect's coin, but you should pull up the chart on Bitconnect's coin.
Yeah. I lost power there, so I'm revving up my computer right now. I'm going to look at it.
It's crazy, David. It started at 004, and today it's at $84.
That's wild. And I've got so many questions about Bitconnect, Genesis mining, control finance, all these things, because what Rich is doing, folks, he's diversifying. He's not throwing all of his money into cryptocurrencies, and the money that he is putting into cryptocurrencies, he's not putting it all into one coin or one source. He's diversified even within his diversification, if that makes sense. Well, it does make sense to me. Yeah. So you've got many streams of income. What you've taught us is called residual income.
That's right.
I call it passive income. You can call it whatever you want. Even when Rich is sleeping, he's making money. Okay. I think that's awesome. Warren Buffett once famously said, if you don't find ways to make money while you're sleeping, you will work until you die. Okay.
It's true.
And Rich doesn't like to do day jobs. I know that much about him. He's not a day job kind of guy, and neither am I. Okay, I was a school teacher. I was an elementary school teacher for years. I've also taught high school. I have a master's degree in education. Day jobs are tough. Okay, I love kids, but I'm ready to make my own money on my own. Let me pull up the Bitconnect price right now. I'm really excited about all the cryptocurrencies. I'm not as ambitious as Rich. Rich wants to own. I think it was the top 100 of all the cryptos.
I'd like to own the top 50. Currently, I have about 9, and I'm just gonna accumulate. I'm just gonna keep accumulating. Literally, I have a Coinbase account, and the thing I like about Coinbase is they give me like a limit of how much I can use. So literally
Yeah.
every $100 I get, which is pretty much $100 a week on Coinbase, I use that 100 and I buy another coin. I've been
Okay.
doing it. So literally in a year, I will buy 52 coins.
So you're not even putting your own. First of all, you're not, and this is for everybody. I'm not a licensed registered financial advisor. Got to give a disclaimer. We're not giving in this video any advisement to buy or sell anything. You have to make your own decisions. Okay. But I really like what Rich is doing, and he's not even putting new money into it. He's making money off of the money he's made,
That's
which
correct.
is that's really the way to go. Okay. Why work at your job and put new money into it? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you can afford it, but we're not putting money into it that we cannot afford to lose. Not that we're probably going to, but he's got a method to where his money is making money for him,
That's
and that's
correct.
really the way to go.
That's correct. So I'll give you an example. So I have a program called Genesis Mining where I mine my Bitcoin daily. So every day I get my Bitcoin sent directly into my blockchain wallet. It gets sent there daily. So if you guys don't know Bitcoin or you haven't started in cryptocurrencies, the first thing you need to do is you need to get a wallet. The two wallets I suggest you get are Blockchain and Exodus. Those are two of the best wallets, okay? Exodus allows you to attach your bank account to it. So once you transfer your coins into Exodus, you can then send the money to your bank account through your Exodus wallet. So it's one of the best wallets out there. Once you've got a wallet, the next thing you need to do is you need to get an account like either Coinbase or local Bitcoins or CoinMama so that you can actually buy Bitcoins and other altcoins. Because in order to get into the game, you actually have to buy Bitcoin. Typically, you need to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin first. Then once you buy the Bitcoin, you need to take that Bitcoin that you've purchased, and you can purchase a percentage of Bitcoin. So one Bitcoin currently is at 3,338 US. You don't have to spend 3,300 to get one Bitcoin. You can buy a portion of Bitcoin. You can buy $100 of Bitcoin. You can buy $10 of Bitcoin. You can buy $50 of Bitcoin. You can buy $100,000 of Bitcoin. So you buy a portion of it. Then what you do is you send it over to either your wallet or to an exchange. Or if you want to get involved in Bitconnect, you could send it right to Bitconnect. If you want to get involved in Genesis Mining, you can transfer right to Genesis Mining. If you want to get involved in Control Finance, you can send it right to Control Finance and start building your residual income, your passive income from there. So a lot of people think it's a lot of steps. It's really not that many steps. You need a wallet. You need to buy the Bitcoin. And then you need to then decide what you want to do with your Bitcoin. Are you just going to hold it, which is a great idea because Bitcoin keeps going up? Or are you going to use that Bitcoin to start making investments in other platforms that are paying you 1% or more daily? Or are you going to invest it in Genesis Mining so you can start mining Bitcoin and other altcoins daily? Or are you going to send it over to Control Finance to start making percentages and interest daily? That's the beauty and the thing I love about this industry is I can buy Bitcoin and then I can just like move it around. Just move it around. And that's what I've been doing, David. I've set up Control Finance, which is paying me interest daily. I've set up Bitconnect, which is paying me interest daily. And I've set up Genesis Mining, which is mining Bitcoin for me daily. And then the Bitcoin that I'm getting mined goes automatically to my wallet because I've set up my address for my Bitcoin right in my Genesis account. So as soon as I get paid every day, that goes right into my wallet. Then I took that Bitcoin that I got in my blockchain wallet and I transferred it into Bitconnect where I made my first investment into Bitconnect.
Yeah.
So I'm literally, like you said, taking the money that I make, the coins that I'm generating, and I'm using it to reinvest in other platforms that are paying me interest daily.
The impression I'm getting is that, first of all, you probably want to buy Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, but probably Bitcoin first.
Yes.
That would probably be the first step.
Yes.
One tip I will give that I've learned is you don't want to buy cryptocurrencies on eBay or something like that, or Craigslist. People will try to sell that. You go on eBay, you type in whatever, Bitcoin, people are selling it. But there's going to be a markup there. These people are not in it to help you. They're not doing it for free. So you might as well just buy it right off the exchange. Do it the right way.
That's right.
Buy the Bitcoin first. You don't even have to buy a full Bitcoin. You could buy a partial. That's okay.
That's
Not
right.
everybody can afford $3,300. I get that. Okay. Then yes, you could take that and you can make money with that. You can do the Bitconnect thing. You could do Genesis mining. You could do control finance. Whatever. You could do all three, like Rich is doing, and then some. I'm looking on the. I want to start with Genesis mining. If you're into mining, I'm looking at the website right now, genesis-miningrightnow.com.
Yep.
It is very professional looking. They got the pricing. They got a blog. Um, Basically, you know what appeals to me? It says right here, don't wrestle with rig assembly and hot, noisy miners at home. We have the fastest Bitcoin mining hardware running for you already. Because I've seen, videos of people. In fact, if you look at Max Lee's old videos from several years ago, you can see all of his stuff at home, all of his rigs, all of his setups, all of his computers. He's into that stuff. He knows about it. But a guy like me, I don't know how to set up a rig. I don't know how to do that stuff. And so and tell me if this is true, Rich. It sounds like Genesis Mining will do all that stuff for you. Is that true?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And that's for someone like me. They like to call, all the bigger YouTubers like to call me a noob. If you're new into cryptocurrencies, they like to call us noobs. Call me a noob. Sure. For someone like me that is a noob, that is not the biggest computer programmer on the planet, that's learning, but doesn't really love computers and sitting in front of computers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I just felt like Genesis was a good introduction to mining for me. But there's also other programs like Hashing24, Hashflare.io. Those are other mining platforms similar to Genesis that are providing you the same opportunity. So there's going to keep being more. That's the beauty of this industry, guys. We're literally just getting started, and there's going to keep being more. But the reason why I got involved with Genesis after doing my research, they have 500,000 members. So there's a lot of mouths to feed. They've been around for over 3 years, and they have a history. So I just thought, you know what? This seems like a good long-term opportunity. This seems like a company that's going to still be around in 3 years. I don't want to invest, $1,375 into something where I don't know if they're going to be in business next month. And the reality is there's a lot of other companies out there opening up every day. So a lot of this is very risky, like extremely risky. But I like to take risks. However, I like to take calculated risks. And based on all of my due diligence that I did, all the YouTubers that I watch that are doing it already, getting a chance to see their returns, getting a chance to just find out, because they're literally streaming their mining rigs in Iceland live. So you can actually see their mining rigs live. And Trayvon James actually went to their mining rigs in Iceland and made a video from the mining rigs to show people that it's real. So I thought, you know what? This seems like a real legitimate company. And everywhere I go, they're advertising. Everywhere I go, they're advertising. Every site I look at, they're advertising. Everywhere I go, they're advertising. You've probably seen it. They're advertising on stock websites, not just cryptocurrency websites. They're advertising on investing.com. They're advertising on Investors Hub. They're advertising everywhere. And they're becoming mainstream. They're giving the average person the ability to mine without actually having to mine. It's strictly an investment. You're just making an investment. You're buying hash power, and that hash power, the more you buy, the more you're mining. That's the whole concept behind it.
Now, do you get payouts every day? Because again, I'm looking at the website here. There are a number of plans. You got your gold plan, your diamond plan, custom plan. But it sounds like they all pay out every day. Are you able to look at your account and see the gains every day?
Yes. Every single day. So every single day they are sending me my payouts. Recently they've had some issues. They got hacked. So there's been a little bit of a delay in our payments recently, which is the first time they've ever had this issue. But it's totally understandable. They got hacked. So they're putting things in place to get back to normal. And they're saying that all the payouts will be up to date by the end of today. So I'm pretty confident that they're going to get everything up to date and everything will just start moving forward again as usual. But like I said, I'm still relatively new. I've been with them for over a month now. I have received, in my first month, I've received well over, I think about I made about $160 so far. And my first few days, my first 20 days, I made a $375 investment. And then the last 10 days, I put another $1,000 in. And now I'm growing with referrals, and I'm growing with strictly just through word of mouth. And now what's happening is, because of YouTube, thank you guys, I love you guys, people are signing on. People are joining. People are joining our team. And it's allowing me to have more resources to buy more hashing power so I can upgrade my power and I can mine even more. And I'm going to literally take every penny I make through Genesis mining, and I'm going to use it to reinvest in a lot of different platforms like Bitconnect, like Control Finance. And I'm looking at other platforms similar to Control Finance and Bitconnect that I will be investing in as well. There's a lot of new ICOs coming out, very similar to Bitconnect. So I've got my eye on a lot of them, and I'm going to be looking to reinvest into a lot of coins and into a lot of different platforms because I want to get my hands involved in everything. And hopefully down the road, I won't be considered a noob if I'm involved in, 50 to 100 companies.
Well, I know that you're not a noob. I don't care what the haters say. I just did a little calculation. According to what you just told me, in a month, you've made a 27% return on your capital invested.
Yes.
27% in a month.
Yes.
I don't know if that sounds impressive to other people. People that I coach, they usually, some of them have been putting their money in the S&P 500 and hoping for 8 to 10% in a year before they met me, okay? And I teach them how to make more than that. But 27% in a month, that's incredible. I don't see why people would call it a scam. I hate to even use that word. Maybe they don't understand it. Maybe they never tried it. What you're doing makes sense. You put a small, for account size, small amount of money into it, and you kiss it goodbye. Okay, if I lose it because it's a small amount. If you have a 6-figure or 7-figure account, putting in $1,000 is not going to be a horrible thing if you lose it, which you probably won't.
Well, look at this. Look at this, David. Sal, who's on my stream here, just said, Bitconnect has earned me $18,000 so far. Not bad for a $10,000 investment.
That's incredible. That's more than 18,000 on a 10. That's more than doubling your money. That's almost tripling your money. Wow. Okay. Now again, these are not guaranteed returns. They always say, and you have to say it, past performance is not indicative of future returns. Okay. And you cannot guarantee anything. But I don't know. That's pretty impressive. I'm the most conservative investor you'll ever meet. But I'm thinking about putting my hat in the ring, as they say, and putting a couple hundred in there. Why not?
If you do, you got to use my referral code.
Of course.
I'm just
Everybody has to. But I'll say this now: if you have a $2,000 account, I don't want you thinking, oh, Rich put in $1,300, I'm going to put in $1,300. No, don't put in 50% of your account into anything, really. Definitely not any cryptocurrency related thing, okay? We're talking about if you have $100,000, you put in $1,000 or $2,000, okay? If you have $10,000, you put in $500 or $200. You put in something that's manageable. Again, I'm the conservative voice of this show, so that's why I'm saying these things, all right? Because somebody's got to say it. I'm the disclaimer guy, all right? But 27% in 1 month, man, that's really something. Also wanted to talk about Control Finance. I'm looking on their website right now. Interesting. Right on the front page of control-finance.com, it says, we help our clients earn money on the volatility of the cryptocurrency market. And it's volatile.
Yes.
I'd like to make money off the volatility because the cryptos go up or down. See, I'm used to stocks, like Coca-Cola. If Coca-Cola goes up 3% in one day or down 3% in one day, oh my God, that's huge, right? If McDonald's stock goes up 2.5% in a day, that's noteworthy. All right. Cryptocurrencies are much more volatile. We're talking about, we saw this weekend what happened. Up, 30% in a day, or sometimes down 30% in a day. Today, this is an industry with a market cap of 116, almost $117 billion. That's with a B, by the way. And it brags about all this stuff going on in Control Finance. Open an account and start earning a passive income daily. That sounds like what Rich does. The activity of your referrals will guarantee you a comfortable livelihood. Now, those are some big words. Guarantee you a comfortable livelihood. Can they make that kind of claim from what you've experienced so far?
Well, obviously, they've only been in business for a month. So, from what I've seen so far, the people that have done it have made huge, and I mean huge returns. So, I had to do it. I had to do it. So, I started small with $300. I have already made in 2 days $35.
That's what, 15%, something like that, 2 days.
That's correct. And that is
That's
because I've made
well,
interest, which I am compounding. This is the
yeah,
power of compound interest. Okay, this is the beauty of compound interest. I'm literally taking everything I make on all of these platforms and I'm reinvesting it all. So you're
yeah.
making compound interest. So that's compound interest and referrals. I haven't even done
Okay.
a video on control finance yet. I'm already getting referrals. And I've only done a couple videos on Bitconnect. I'm already getting referrals. And I've only done one video on Genesis. I'm already getting referrals. So the power in this, David, is through referrals.
Yeah,
You don't need
yeah,
to put a lot of money in people. You need to build the referrals. Get onto YouTube, start making videos, and just start telling the world your story. And then when people contact you and say, hey, Rich, how do I get in? Your benefit to help them is that they go on your team. That's what I keep teaching all of my students, all of my members that are part of Rich TV Live. Set up an account. They're all free to do all of these. They're all free. Set up an account, put in like $100, start making YouTube videos, start telling the world your story. And when people contact you and say, Rich, I want to get in. Dave, I want to get in. How do I do it? I say, no problem. Go to Rich TV Live, sign up through my referral link, and I will walk you through the process.
right. It's simple.
That's the beauty of cryptocurrency, Dave. It's people helping people.
Yeah.
This industry is all about people helping people. I've seen Trayvon James make 6 figures in his Steemit and in his Bitconnect through referrals. I've seen Craig Grant make 6 figures in his Bitconnect through referrals. I've seen Crypto Michael make 6 figures in his Bitconnect through referrals. He's made 8.5 Bitcoin on USI Tech. It's another one I haven't even mentioned yet that I'm doing as well, through referrals, and he never even put in $1. He made it all through referrals. 8.5 Bitcoin, David.
That's a lot of money.
Over almost $40,000 in referrals. He's pulled out over $60,000 in control finance in the last month, all on referrals. He started that with $100. So I'm watching all these guys on YouTube and I'm like, oh my God, I must be crazy because I'm sitting here on the sidelines watching these guys every day. And while I'm watching these guys every day, they're getting rich. They're talking about all these platforms and I'm sitting here watching other YouTubers call all these programs a scam. And these guys are making more money than these guys who are calling them a scam.
Oh yeah, of course.
So my question is, who's the scam? Who's the scam? The guys that are making money and showing it live every day on YouTube? Or the guys that are calling them a scam making probably no money?
Right.
Makes me wonder.
That's jealousy. That's haters. That's jealousy. Haters equals jealousy. That's the rationale. That's the motivation. And I will say this. I come from the stock world, as you know. This whole cryptocurrency thing is really new and exciting to me. And in the stock world, people do not help each other when it comes to stocks. Okay, you're fighting against other people. There are no referral programs with stocks. You're buying them and you're competing. It's more competitive. You're trying to outsmart other people when you buy stocks and options too. There's no sign-up program. There's no, hey, let's help each other. Okay,
Exactly.
you buy it and I buy it and we all win. Unless there's like a pump and dump, something like that. And you got to watch out for those pump and dumps because they're not trying to help you either.
No.
Right? There's no helping each other. Whereas with these programs you're talking about today in the cryptocurrency world, it sounds like people are able to benefit mutually by helping each other. Yeah. And so believe me, if and when I get into this, I'm going to go under your referral system. I'm going to use your referral links because I don't lose anything when I sign up under a referral link.
And then we can work together. And then what happens is when you have a question, you call your sponsor. Hey, Rich, how do I do this? Hey, Rich, how do I do that? And your sponsor should be willing to help you. If they're not willing to help you, why would they be your sponsor? Why would you allow them to be your sponsor? In fact, one of the things I really like about Bitconnect, you can change your sponsor at any time. So if my sponsor, who I'm going to be doing an interview with later today, who's put in huge money in Bitconnect and Control Finance, which is why I'm following his lead, because I love the fact that he's put in big money. He's got a very interesting story. And I'll be interviewing him today after this interview. If my sponsor doesn't support me, I can change my sponsor at any time, David. So it gives that sponsor an incentive to work with their people. Always.
Yeah.
If at any point in time my sponsor blows me off because they've made so much money, I can go and change my sponsor in 2 seconds, and then they lose the privilege of benefiting from my entire downline.
Okay.
So
it's you're not locked into it.
No.
And for the sponsor, it's not just to set it and forget it and abandon everybody.
That's
right.
right.
Haha, I got your money. Good luck.
That's right. They have to keep working with you, or you could change it at any point in time.
Right. And that keeps you accountable as a sponsor, which I think is a good thing.
Yes.
I like it. Okay.
Yes.
So that's Control Finance. All these have passive daily income, it sounds like. And then finally, Bitconnect. That's the controversial one. That's the best known one. It's, like you said, even on stock websites, even on, stock twits where I am every day, people are talking about the cryptos, and they're talking about Bitconnect, and everybody has an opinion on it.
Well, you know what? Like, all these guys that want to sit here and call Bitconnect a scam, they honestly don't know shit. Because at the end of the day, how can you call Bitconnect a scam when it's an $84 coin?
Yeah.
I mean, look at their chart. I like to challenge anybody that calls Bitconnect a scam to try to launch a coin and take it to $84. I'll challenge anybody. I guarantee there's not one YouTuber in the world that is capable of doing what Bitconnect did.
No doubt.
Because I know I'm working on 4 of my own coins, and if I can get my coin at $84, do you think I'll be listening to the little YouTubers talking about how my coin's a scam when I've got billions of dollars of coins? Because trust me when I tell you, Bitconnect, they've got, I think, 7 million coins in circulation, 28 million in supply, so they're very tightly held. If you look at their circulation of their coin, it's very tightly held. They're very smart guys. They are doing it the right way, David. They're not diluting their coin, thus having a coin that continues to go up in value, which is mitigating their risk. So if they ever need to raise some money, they just sell coins. And then they can go and pay back all their investors. Now, the beautiful thing about their platform is you don't get a chance to reap the rewards of all the benefits unless you keep reinvesting. So the majority of their investors are consistently reinvesting their money. People are not pulling all their money out, which is allowing them to always have cash flow.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Right? Because why would you want to pull it all out and then you have to start all over again when you can always be making a residual income if you let your money just sit there and multiply?
Yeah. And I like the way they're not constantly printing new coins.
Exactly.
Diluting, like you just mentioned, diluting the value of each coin if you do that. And they're not doing that. Unlike, let's say, the U.S. Federal Reserve, whenever they need money, just print U.S. dollars. Just print them. Hey, it's free, right? Well, there's a price to pay, okay? They keep printing money. A lot of the people I've interviewed on my YouTube channel, they've talked about this, how the U.S. Federal Reserve, Janet Yellen, and not just Janet Yellen, it was Ben Bernanke before her and Alan Greenspan and, Volcker before him. They've all done it. It's not just Yellen, but they keep printing money. And now the U.S. dollar, hey, has anybody looked at the U.S. dollar chart lately? It's going down like the Hindenburg, okay? The U.S. dollar is becoming almost worthless practically. Whereas the cryptos, that's one of the things that makes cryptocurrencies so exciting and why the young, astute people, the millennials, have caught on to it so much. They don't want to be part of that system. They want to, millennials, I think, are do-it-yourselfers and independent thinkers. They're mavericks to a large extent. So that's why they're into IPOs. That's why they're into the Robinhood app. And that's why they're into cryptocurrencies. And cryptocurrencies are decentralized. They're, Janet Yellen cannot intervene. The Fed cannot get involved in it and jack up print money, okay? If Bitconnect decides we're only going to print a certain number of coins, that's what they're going to do, and the government can't say anything about it. All right, at least not yet, and hopefully not in the future. Hopefully, the government will continue to keep their hands out of it in perpetuity. We'll see. That remains to be seen. But at least for right now, as long as it's not on Trump's agenda or Janet Yellen's agenda, which they have not mentioned anything about it yet, as far as I know, I think they're going to keep their hands out of it for now. And so you're pretty safe as far as that is concerned for the foreseeable future, for the near future. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, who knows, right? All right. Now I'm looking on the Bitconnect website, and it says it depends how much you lend. Let's say you're not into the just buying Bitconnect currency. Maybe you more like me. I would be more into the lending
Yes.
aspect of it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the lending
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, that's more exciting to me. It says here it depends how much you lend. If you lend between $100 and $1,000, and I would probably start off with 100, maybe 200 or 300. You get, let's see, how much do you get? You get your capital back after 299 days, and interest accrued daily, volatility software interest. It doesn't say how much you get. There's no hard amount, no hard and fast amount. If you lend between $1,010 and $5,000, you get your capital back after 239 days. You get the interest plus 0.1% every day. Aha, it's getting more exciting. If you put in $5,010 to $10,000, you get your capital back after 179 days. That's about half a year. You get your volatility software interest plus 0.5% daily. If you have big cojones and you put in $10,100 or more, up to $100,000, you get all that. You get the volatility software interest plus 0.4% daily, and you get your capital back after 4 months, 120 days. So it depends how much guts you have. It depends how much you believe in the system and how much capital you're willing to invest. And that's as it should be. The more you put into it, the more risk you put on, the more you show your belief in the system, and the more guts you have, the greater risk and the greater reward you should get, and you do get it. Rich, I do want to ask you, I know that you put in between $100 and $1,000 into it. How much have you seen as far as returns on a daily basis on average so far?
Well, my numbers have been skewed a little bit because I have received a lot of referrals that keep coming in. And that's why I keep saying you guys got to really focus on building your referrals. That's the name of the game here. I started with $130. I've already got $200 because a lot of it is through referrals. So my numbers are a little bit skewed, but what am I making on interest every day? It's like $1.17 the first day it was. I believe the second day it was like $1.37. I haven't even looked. I've been so busy this morning, I haven't even looked. I kind of looked at it. I look more at my referrals, to be honest with you. And the way it works is you can only reinvest as long as you have at least $10 a day to reinvest. And because I didn't have $10 to reinvest, I wasn't able to reinvest. So I think I'm going to bump it up to at least 1,000 pretty soon here so that I can reinvest daily, at least $10 a day, and then really build on that compound interest, because it's the compound interest that I find really exciting, that is going to allow us to have a huge return on our investment and very, very quickly. But more importantly, it's the referrals. That's how I've seen all these guys make a killing, is through the referrals. So I said to myself, I don't want to start big, because then people are going to think they have to start big. If I start small, then the people that are within my community that want to try it out, they can start small. But if I start with 10 grand, like Crypto David, who I'm going to interview later today, he started with $23,000 was his first deposit. And he's putting in another $65,000, and Crypto David is on our live chat right now. And I'm going to be doing a video telling his story. So his story is going to be incredible, because there's going to be a huge amount of returns daily. So
he's got the big cojones.
Big old kahunas. And that's why he's my sponsor. Because I said, you know what? I want to follow you. Because you got kahunas. I want to work with someone like you. You know?
Yeah.
And he's also my sponsor on Control Finance. So I'm trying to work with big guys that are going to make big moves. So if you guys join my team, we are going to create the dream team. And my goal is to build such a strong team of winners that we move into Bitconnect, we move into control finance, we move into Genesis mining as a unit, and then when the next big opportunity comes, maybe it's STOX. Have you heard of STOX?
Tell me.
Okay.
No, I have not.
STOX is Floyd Mayweather's company that he's promoting.
Okay. Right.
And that is a company that is also into artificial intelligence. And they're into trading bots. And they're into predicting the future of the markets. And you invest into them. And they have the same type of platform as like a Bitconnect, where you invest and you make returns on interest. But they're investing more into the global markets as opposed to just cryptocurrencies. They're investing in stocks, cryptocurrencies, options, futures. They're everywhere. So that's another platform that's just going to come out. And these platforms are just going to keep coming out. And because cryptocurrencies are so new, I want to be one of the first guys in on all of these platforms.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the last one. I want to be the first one. And if it means I take a risk of $100 on all these different platforms, then so be it.
Right.
I'll take the risk.
So these numbers that I just mentioned on the Bitconnect website, they don't even include referrals. That's just interest. So you're telling me that if you also put out a YouTube video, get some referrals, put up some articles on Steemit, get some referrals that way, whatever it is, tell your friends about it, get referrals that way, you'll make a lot more than what's on the website, what's listed here, which is already pretty impressive.
That is,
if you were making $1.30 a day on your $130 investment, that might not sound like a lot to people. Let me tell you, that's 1% a day. I would love to make 100% a day. That's 365. If that's every day, then that's 365% a year, and that's before the referrals kick in. That's just the interest accruing. I want a part of that.
That's why I'm talking about it, David, because for the last few months that I've been on YouTube, everybody's been calling Bitconnect a scam. And while they've been calling it a scam, I've watched it go from like $20 to $84 in my face. And I'm sitting here going, who the F are these guys calling it a scam? They must be the stupidest people on earth. They're sitting there calling it a scam and everyone else is getting rich. If I had put in $10,000, I would be making $100 a day. Who needs a job?
Yeah.
Who needs a job at that point? I'm literally just waiting for the Canadian dollar to go back to par with the US dollar. Once the Canadian dollar is back to par, I'm putting in 10 grand into Bitconnect. Trust me, I will. And then I'll put 10 grand in Bitconnect and I'll make my $100 a day. And then people ask me, Rich, do you have a 9 to 5? I'll tell them, yeah, my 9 to 5 is Bitconnect. Because $100 a day is pretty much what you make at a 9 to 5.
Pretty much. Let me ask you this. I've seen some of the haters' videos. I've seen them. They all have the same argument. And I think it's coming from jealousy or whatever, or they feel like they missed out, they missed the bus, whatever it is. Their argument comes down to this. It's too good. It must be too good to be true. Those kinds of returns must be too good to be true. What is your response to that?
You're right. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm watching other people on YouTube making 6 figures in 2 months. Right. And that's real. They're pulling that money right out, putting it into their bank accounts, and they're laughing all the way to the bank. While all these other haters are sitting there making nothing. And I'm sitting here going, I'm with the guys that are making the money, not the guys that are hating the guys making the money. You want to call me a scam? Call me a scam. But I'll be running all the way to the bank. So call me all you want to call me. Call me a scam. Call me whatever you want. One thing I'm not afraid to do is take a risk. That's for sure. I would rather take a risk and fail than sit on the sidelines and watch people make millions on a platform that I was too afraid to try.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, do you want to know the new template now, David, for all these companies that are going live? And I've got 2 others that I haven't even mentioned yet that I've already signed up to last night, and I'm going to start building my downline on, okay? And we'll talk about it on another show.
Sure.
They are all using the same template. Get a YouTube channel.
Right.
Put in a small amount of money so it's not too much of a risk for you. Build on referrals. Every single company now that is launching is giving you that template. Well, guess what, David? We're already on YouTube, buddy.
Yep.
And guess what, David? You already have over 6,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And a lot of them
start this today if I wanted to.
You should. You should. Yeah. David, I took this weekend and I said, you know what? I did Genesis and I got paid, right? And I was like, man, this is good. I felt really good about getting paid by Genesis my first month. And now I'm getting paid daily. And I was like, man, this is good. So I said, you know what, man? I'm going to take this weekend. I'm going to set up my Bitconnect. I'm going to set up my Control Finance. I set up my Bitconnect, funded it. Set up my Control Finance, funded it. I've already got 12 people downline on Bitconnect. And I already got 3 people on my downline on Control Finance. And while we've been live today, people have said they've signed up.
Nice.
So it's only been since the weekend. Today's Monday. I've already got 15 people on my downline.
Yeah.
And I've got like another 3 or 4 people on my Genesis downline. And I just started talking about it. So where's it going to grow to? I heard Trayvon James has 2,000 people on his downline on BitConnect. Let's crush him. Let's crush him. Because I'll actually work with you guys. I have respect for Trayvon, but he said to me, because I'm not going to be on his downline, that I won't succeed in BitConnect. To me, that's a hater. I got no hate for anybody. If you don't go on my downline, I'm not going to say you're going to fail. To me that's a douchebag. That's a douchebag comment. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, if you don't go on my downline, you're going to fail. That's a douchebag comment. So at the end of the day, I want everybody to succeed. I think Trayvon is great. Without him, I wouldn't even know about a lot of these opportunities. But the reality is, I'm not going to hate on anybody that doesn't go on my downline. I want people that want to work with me because they want to work with me. Not just on BitConnect, not just on Control Finance. I also got USI Tech. Look at the comments and the description down below. I'm also involved in USI Tech. That's another platform where you can make tons of money and make tons of residuals. So I've got USI Tech, I got Control Finance, I got Genesis Mining, and I got BitConnect. I did all 4 of those this weekend, and I'm building on all 4 as we speak. And I got 2 others that I signed up to yesterday that I'm going to be launching and bringing to the people.
Do you sleep, Rich? Do you have time to eat? Do you have time to sleep?
I sleep like a champ, bro. I'm a professional sleeper. I think I got a talent. I can sleep. Like, I slept yesterday during the day. I slept for like 5 hours during the day. And, I slept very well last night. So I find my time, As a single dad, I have my kids 3 days a week. On the 4 days I don't have my kids, that's either party time or it's time for me to really work, grind, do videos, or for me to talk to new clients, do new business, set up new accounts. But I try to find time to do everything because at the end of the day, all we have in life is time. What are you doing with it? That's the key. Right. Are you sitting around doing nothing? Because all weekend when I was hanging out with my friends, I was talking to them about all my different platforms I'm doing. And everybody wants to sign up, David. Everybody. And I don't even tell them to sign up. I just tell them what I'm doing. And then right away, they're like, how do I do it? What do I do? Where do I go? Right. And I'm like, yeah, here's my referral link. And I walk them through the process.
Right.
And that's why I tell everybody, David, sorry, I just cut you off, but that's why I tell everybody, sign up and just get in.
Yeah.
Once you get in, David, and you go to all those platforms, they're all on Rich TV Live. They're all there. Under affiliates and Bitcoin. Everything you need is right there. It's a one-stop shop. Once you actually do it and you've set up your wallet, you've set up a couple different exchanges, you've bought 1 or 2 little platforms, you're earning some Bitcoin through Genesis, and you just start the process, it's like a snowball effect, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. There's room enough for everybody to succeed. You don't, and I'm not going to mention anybody in particular, but you don't have to be like, oh, if you're not on my downline, then I don't want to have anything to do with you. Okay? No, everybody can have their own, you can all put out, we can all put out YouTube videos. We can all get referrals. Okay? If I'm not part of your downline, don't be offended. We can all be successful here.
Exactly.
Right? There's room for everybody to succeed here. Again, it's not like the stock market world where stocks are a zero-sum game. Okay? If you buy a stock and I sell it, we can't both win. Okay? If I short a stock and you buy it, we can't both win. One of us has to lose, and I'm hoping that you lose so I can win. With the crypto world, or at least the ones you've mentioned today, Rich, everybody can win. We can all be winners here if we work together. Kind of like what Max Lee is doing with the Chaincoin and all those other things. By the way, how's Max doing? I actually took a couple of days off of watching his videos. I'm assuming he's still doing quite well with his channel.
Well, you know what? Max has decided that he wants me to just kind of stay on the sidelines for a bit until the dust settles, because there's been a lot of issues and a lot of hate and a lot of um, trash talking from different channels and YouTubers. I've just been
Yeah,
sitting there on the sidelines, just listening to his instructions, and I've just been focused on my channel. In the
yeah,
meantime, Chaincoin has been crashing. And Chaincoin honestly looks like a massive pump and dump. So I'm actually quite happy that I'm not involved in that platform right now, because, to be quite honest, it's been a waste of my time and my money. And
yeah.
Chaincoin, the price of Chaincoin just keeps falling. And I don't see a bottom. And I own Chaincoin. I'm hodling my Chaincoin for all you Chaincoin hodlers out there. I'm hodling my Chaincoin and I'm going to wait for the bottom. And right now I think the bottom is 6 cents. So if I see it hit a bottom, then I'm going to buy more to lower my cost. But right now, I'm not that impressed with Chaincoin.
Okay.
And
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not gonna keep talking about a failing coin. That's for sure.
Right. It's down just today alone. It's down 22.5%
That's the thing,
today.
David. With me, man, is I'm not committed to one coin. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be investing in all the coins, all the different platforms. If one
Yeah.
fails, so be it. I move on to the next one. If one is successful, then I can go heavier on that one. But
Yeah.
ultimately, one thing I learned about Chaincoin is there's no loyalty in this industry. There's no loyalty. Nobody has any loyalty to me. I had loyalty to people, and they all just abandoned me as soon as something went wrong. And I didn't even do anything wrong. So, I definitely learned a lot about that, and I learned that there's no loyalty in this industry. And, one thing I really like about you, David, man, you've stuck by my side this entire time, bro. You are loyal to the core.
You know it.
And you know what? Because of that, David, man, I will follow you to the end of the earth, bro, because I do not bite the hand that feeds me. I am loyal to
Right.
those who are loyal to me. But if something goes wrong and then you immediately throw me by the wayside and act like I don't exist because something went wrong, then I know that then I know where your loyalty lies, and I know that you're not loyal to me and to my brand. And that's okay. I'd rather know now than before I have millions of subscribers, because I will have millions of subscribers. And when I do have millions of subscribers, all those haters are going to really think twice about the mistakes that they've made.
Hmm. I know you have a Scarface picture on your wall, and I
I
know
do.
from that great movie Scarface, Tony Montana. Okay, he said all I have is my word. Okay, well he said something else too, but he said all I have is
And
my
my
cojones and my
balls.
word. Okay, and I'm not going to come for no one. Okay, so that's the worst impression in the world, but it's true. All you have is your word. If you break that, you got nothing. Nobody's going to make a business deal with you. Nobody's going to, nobody's going to be in your downline if you break your word. Rich is not going to break his word. I'm not going to break my word. Okay. I haven't even started getting involved in Bitconnect yet. But if I do, if I put up first of all, I'm going to sign up under Rich's referral link. If I decide to put up my own referral links, whatever. I'm not going to beg people. Rich doesn't beg people. He says, hey, I'm going to put out free content. If you want to sign up, sign up. By all means. He knows you to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't. That's
Exactly.
how I'm going to do it. Okay.
And I
I
provide 24 hours, 7-day a week support.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
anybody who knows me knows you can call me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I might not get back to you right away. I might be busy. I might be at a soccer practice. I might be at a soccer game, a gymnastics tournament. I might be live streaming. I might be hanging out with my friends. But eventually, I will get back to you. Ask
Right.
anybody who's contacted me. I will eventually get back to you, and I will talk to you, and I will help you. And if you want to get set up on Bitconnect, I will walk you through it. If you want to set up on Control Finance, I will walk you through it. If you want to get set up on USI Tech, I will walk you through it. If you want to get set up on Genesis Mining, I will walk you through it. I will help you. I will guide you. I will do videos with you. Whether you have 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers, I believe everybody has value, and my whole platform is about collaboration. We are Collaboration Nation. If we have 1 million people watching Rich TV Live and 1 million people that want to collaborate, I've hit my objective. So
Yep.
ultimately, I can't get to that million mark without you, the people. And that's where I want to go. And I know that's where you want to go, David. And we're going to get
Yep.
there together, my friend. We're going to support each other. We're going to back each other. And when other YouTubers fall off, we're going to continue to rise up.
You know it. You know it. Cool. Any questions from or comments from the listeners? By the way, I'm curious.
No, a lot of people are talking about Control Finance. Some people are
Okay.
trying to say that Control Finance is the new kid on the block, and some people are trying to say it's better than Bitconnect. Now,
Mm.
I can't say it's better than Bitconnect. I'm going to tell you guys why. Bitconnect has a coin, which is at $84. Control Finance does not.
Mm.
Bitconnect has a transparent company, which you can go and see how many coins they have in circulation. You can go to their website and see exactly what they're doing, and you can see that they are growing exponentially on a global scale. I don't believe you can compare a control finance to a Bitconnect at this point. But are they comparable as far as rate of return? Yes. Are they comparable as far as how fast you can grow and how fast you can get your payouts? Yes. Are they comparable as how much you make in referrals? In fact, they're even better. So from that perspective, control finance is very appealing, but they're also a lot more risky. Okay, so I need you guys to understand control finance is very risky. They don't have a coin and an exchange to mitigate their risk. Now, does that coin and that exchange guarantee that Bitconnect is not going to be a scam down the road? No, it doesn't. Because nobody knows what the future holds. Just because Bitconnect has a coin, has an exchange, has a lot of money behind them, doesn't mean that they can't implode one day. Anything is possible. Like, I'll give you a statistic, David. If you invest $100 in Bitconnect and just reinvest your interest over and over and over again, every time you get the chance, in 2 years, you will be earning over $200,000 a year in residual income.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
It's also kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, let's be honest with each other. We're business guys. We understand numbers. If millions of people invest $100 and in 2 years they're all expecting 200 grand, where's Bitconnect going to have the money to pay it?
Good question.
Now, if their coin is worth 3 grand like Bitcoin, there's the answer, right?
Yeah. Right. As long as cryptos are successful, this can be sustained.
Exactly.
Will cryptocurrencies continue to be successful? That's for you, the viewer and the listener, to decide. But I'll tell you what, if cryptos become part of the popular culture, which is not yet, like Rich has mentioned many times, if you walk down the street and talk to 10 people, 9 of them are not invested in any way in cryptocurrencies. So if it reaches that critical mass where it gets mass acceptance, okay, if you start seeing Amazon accepting it, Walmart and Target accepting it, man, then there's no reason why cryptocurrencies would not continue on the rather lofty trajectory it's been on. It is sustainable as long as people start to accept it in the popular culture. Will it happen? Remains to be seen. But I'm excited to find out, and I'm glad to be here with it.
Well, I think that we are in a new revolution that is happening with this cryptocurrency space, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. Everyone wants to call me a noob, and that's fine. Call me a noob. I've never lied how long I've been in this. I started in June. We are in August, so yeah, I'm a noob. But the reality is, I'm going in with 2 feet. I'm learning every single day. I'm trying out new platforms. I'm testing out other exchanges. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm learning a lot every day, and I will continue to learn. I will continue to grow. I will continue to take risks. I have already been hurt with one scam called Crypto Clone. Be careful. There are scams out there, people. And I did get hurt and I lost money. That was the first investment I made in cryptocurrencies. It was a bad one. But what I've done since is I've sat by the sidelines and I've watched a lot of these different platforms to see how they're going to pay out, what's going to be good, what's going to be bad, what's going to be ugly, and what the return on investment is going to be. And I've identified the ones that I think are pretty good right now. And to recap, that is Genesis Mining. Okay, and you guys can see at the bottom of the description of my video today, I've got all the links right there. Genesis Mining, Bitconnect, Control Finance, USI Tech, and Steemit. I call those the Fab Five. If you just focus on those Fab Five and just focus on investing small amounts of money in all 5 and building your downline in all 5 and growing your downline in all 5, in a year, you will be financially free. You will be financially free. You will be making enough reoccurring revenue in a year that you don't have to work anymore. And I've already seen that from a lot of other YouTubers who have done it in like a couple months.
Yep. That's the dream. You have to make it happen, though. We can't do it for you. No one can do it for you. I'm scared to get in, too. Because I come from the stock world where it's a little bit, safer. Is it really safe? Not really. It feels a little safer, psychologically at least.
I don't think
Uh,
so. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I've
But
made more money in cryptocurrencies in a short
yeah,
period of time than I've been recently making in stocks. And I'm very excited about just moving everything over. Because the stock market, honestly, I don't know, man. It's at all-time highs. And it doesn't have the
yeah,
momentum. It doesn't have the momentum that the cryptocurrencies have, David. It just
right,
doesn't. And everyone's
right,
predicting that Bitcoin's going to go to like the moon. And they've
yeah.
been right. It keeps
So far,
going up. We're at
yeah,
3,300 today. 3,300. It's
amazing.
incredible.
I,
So,
I, I was I was shocked when it went to 2,800. I was just getting used to that, and then it went down a little bit. Some people freaked out. The people who hodled, like you told them to, now they're at 3,300 plus. Got to stay the course, stick with the plan. Don't get scared. Don't get shaken out. All right. And anybody who calls Rich a newbie, it's so funny to me. Somebody who's been doing this for 5 months is calling somebody who's been doing this for 3 months a newbie. We're all newbies here. Cryptos haven't been around that long. There's nobody out there who's been doing cryptos for 20 years or 30 years. Okay. We're all new at this. This is
eh,
it's a new thing.
but I
And
think
it's
because
cool.
of our experience in the stock market, David, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
You got to get
Yeah.
in, buddy. Honestly, since I got into cryptocurrencies, I don't even look at stocks anymore, David. Obviously, I
Mm,
have lots of stocks. I look at my stocks, but I don't
right.
really look at the market anymore because it doesn't matter to me. I'm literally looking at cryptocurrencies 24 hours a day, and I love it. I love the fact that it's trading 24 hours a day. For guys like
Yeah.
us, it is too good to be true, David.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I set up my account on Bitconnect at 3:30 in the morning, David.
Mm,
Like 24 hours a day. I don't got to wait for the market to open. It's always
right.
open. I don't got to worry for the exchange to open. It's always open. There is no holidays in cryptocurrencies.
Right.
Christmas,
Right.
Christmas we'll
Right.
still be making money. We can still
Yeah.
transfer money
Yeah.
on Christmas. We can still transfer money on New Year's. There is no days off until the internet decides to go kaput, which I hope it never does. We will
Right.
always have cryptocurrencies. And that's what I love about it. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the new kid on the block. And it's the topic that everybody wants to get involved with. But David, when you go to a party and you ask everybody at the party, how many of you have Bitcoin? You'll be shocked to find out almost nobody has
Almost
Bitcoin.
no. Yeah. Yeah. So it hasn't even really taken off yet. Not really.
We're just getting started, my friend, and we're
Yeah.
positioning ourselves accordingly. And I see a day where Bitconnect might be at 3, 4, 5,000, 10,000 a coin. And imagine where we'll be then, David.
Yeah.
Imagine. We get in heavy now. We get in hot and heavy now. Where are we going to be? When all these guys are sitting there calling it a scam, where are we going to be when Bitconnect goes to like 5,000 a coin?
Yeah. And they're looking ridiculous. And
Look at their
you're on a
chart.
beach.
Look at their
You're
chart.
on a beach somewhere. You're on a beach with a margarita on a hammock somewhere, and those people, the haters, hey, what do they have? I guess they have their little community of haters. They can complain with each other and have fun with that, and work their
Uh,
9 to 5 jobs and live their lives.
While
Okay,
while they
cool.
call us scam artists, we'll be on the beach saying "scams up" instead of
Yeah,
"surfs up." We're gonna say "scams up."
there you go.
Scams up.
So to wrap it up, BitConnect, Genesis Mining, Control Finance, links in the description. Check it out if you want it. Check it out if you want it. We're not telling you what to do. We're just giving you ideas. You run with it.
That's
TV Live.
David Moadel and your boy Rich saying peace. We'll see you guys next week. Don't collaborate and participate. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Peace.